listen to what they're suggesting. And folks can follow me. If they want to, we are constantly information about voting and the issues that matter. So reach out to one another. Keep talking. Keep asking questions. But whatever you do, don't stay home. Don't be intimidated to the point where you don't get out there and cast your vote.
Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Well, those are my questions.
Well, those are great questions.
Thank you.
I am so glad you're engaged in this process.
Yeah, no, I'm like I said, I think it's super important, and I definitely am glad that we could, just talk about it and make sure that I'm lending my voice to make sure people feel motivated to get out there and vote and make sure they're prepared and ready and have all the tools they need to.
And let me ask you this, for your listeners, why do you think it's so important to vote in this election? What do you think?
That's a lot. I could answer that for a very long time. But I've said it before, and I say it again. I'm very inspired by my peers who have continuously been, like I said, out in the streets doing the work, and I think we should all honor that. And just all the history that has gone into making sure that our vote counts and matters is really, really important. And now is as important a time as any to make sure that your voice is heard and that you make sure that I don't know, it's just kind of, I don't know, it's kind of like just make sure that your voice is heard. I know that sounds so corny, when you say it, but it really is so important.
I think you made a good point about referring to the protests that have happened around the country, because I'm like you, watching young people from all walks of life and all people, because it wasn't just young people out there and are out there, it's folks of all ages who are taken to the streets because they want to make sure that this is a country that is equitable and fair and just. Watching that is so inspiring, and it has been inspiring. But the thing we have to remember is that protests are one part of what it takes to make change. And if we don't follow up those protests by going and voting, all that hard work will go to waste. And I don't want to see that for your generation, to have worked this hard, to use your voice in the streets, and not to see that follow through in the election would be just a critical mistake. So for all you young people who, were outraged by what you saw over the summer and it compelled you into the streets, take that same energy and use it to compel you to vote, because nothing will change just by a hashtag or a protest. I wish that were so, because your generation is great at that. But in this democracy, the only thing that matters is what you do on election day. That is the icing on the cake. And I just want to make sure that young people understand that. Don't ever stop protesting. Don't ever stop, making your voices heard in the streets. Don't ever stop using social media and the hashtag to get your points across. You just have to couple that with voting too. So let's get it done.
Ma'am, let's get it done.
Thank you, sweetie.
Of course, thank you so much. Have a wonderful day, and thanks for hopping on with me.
Keep up the great work.
Yes, I absolutely will. Thank you.
All right.